For as long as I can remember, I was never really lucky in relationships. All my relationships had quite a similar way of starting and ending. It was like a pattern that constantly repeated itself. All the men I met could start as loving and loyal, but turn out to be cheaters and liars who always left me heartbroken. At some point, I even thought I was gonna die single, but all that changed when I met my Tapiwa. My name is Fadi, and this is how I lost my life to the man I loved. Tapiwa was beautiful inside and out. He treated me like a queen, and I was so convinced that he was the answer to my prayers, a true God-sent life partner. Our love grew stronger and stronger each day. We could hardly do without each other. Just a call from my Taps. Yes, Taps. That's how I called him. Always brightened my day. Taps later on introduced me to his family. They welcomed me with love and made me feel at home. I also introduced him to my family, and they loved him too. He was so humble and respectful. In no time, he paid bride price for me, and we first got married traditionally. Then we had our white wedding few weeks later. Just a few months after we started living as husband and wife, Taps started showing a certain side of him I never knew or saw during our courtship period. He could throw tantrums every now and then, and often got angry even over slightest misunderstandings. One day he slapped me in the face for smiling while scrolling through my phone. He shouted at me and accused me of cheating on him with whoever sent me the message I was smiling at. I screamed for help, but he held me tight, apologized for overreacting, and promised never to hit me again. And because I loved him, I forgave him. He bought me flowers to say sorry, and I believed he meant it. Little did I know, that was the beginning of serious problems in my life. Taps could beat me time and again. Sometimes he could break things around the house when he's angry. Even the kids were now scared of him. I could cover blue eyes with makeup or even wear a mask and gloves so that people wouldn't see my scars and bruises. But I loved Taps, and he could apologize and spoil me with gifts or even offer cooking and cleaning for me as an apology. And to me, that was romantic. He was giving me the kind of love I never got from any of the frogs I kissed before meeting him. His mom often told me to be strong and that he would change as we grew older together. She also told me that every marriage started like that, and I believed her. But my mom and my best friend thought he was violent and wouldn't change, so they advised me to leave him, but I didn't want to listen to them. I was so convinced that they were just being overprotective. Of course, I did not enjoy being beaten, but for some reason, I chose to only see the good in my husband and ignore the rest. I remember the other day I got into a fight with Taps while I was pregnant. He beat me until I miscarried. That day I really wanted to leave him. I was so hurt, both physically and emotionally. I spent 2 weeks in hospital as a result of his beatings. I told myself that as soon as I got discharged from the hospital, I was gonna leave Tapiwa for good. But as usual, he apologized again, and I stayed. He took me to a beauty spa for pampering as a sign of his sincere apology. He also gave me money to go out with other ladies for retreat. I was also taken out to expensive restaurants where we took pictures together that he posted just to convince the world that we were a happy couple. To me, that was true love because the men I dated in the past wouldn't go public with our relationship. At least Taps was giving me what I was longing for. Time went by, and for the longest time, Taps stayed a good man. He made time for me and the kids. He was just a good man I always prayed he would turn out to be. I even told my family and his that finally my man had changed and we were happy together. They were happy for me, but I could see doubt written all over my mom's face. She said to me, Fadzi, my child, a leopard never changes its spots. You better run for your life while you still can. I just looked at her and ignored. I didn't even answer her. To me, she was just a party pooper. Then one day, Taps came home drunk. He started shouting at me, accusing me of seducing men by posting sexy pictures on Facebook. I tried explaining to him that they were just group photos we took with my friends, and we had no intentions of seducing men whatsoever. Taps didn't listen to me. He held me by my neck and started squeezing it vigorously while punching me in the face. He beat me so badly until I fell onto the bed. I thought he would stop, but he didn't. He kept on kicking and punching me while I was lying on the bed. At first, I could tell whether it was a kick or a punch until I couldn't feel anymore. The next thing, I felt warm. My body relaxed, and for the first time, I felt at peace. No pain, no screaming. Everything around me just felt so peaceful. And I was beginning to love it until I looked at myself and realized that my soul was actually leaving my body. That is how I died. In the hands of a man who loved me. I tried reaching for his hand so he could pull me, but he turned his back on me. Maybe he had realized what he had done and regretted it. But this time around, there was no chance for apologies or flowers and gifts. I was gone. Dead. Gone. Gone for good. My fellow ladies, please do not be like me. Never be fooled. Love does not hurt. The moment it starts to feel so, run for your life. Do not stay because of flowers and gifts or some stupid empty promises or apologies. Let me be the last woman to die in the hands of a man that claimed to love you. Hello, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media channels. Remember, it's Stories with Sharai Mabel. We are determined to reach, touch, and change lives through creative stories. So to help us achieve that, please share this video.